The only thing that we're interested in is putting money in your wallet. If you want to bet the fights, if you want to have a little bit of action, you are in the right place with my partner, Ian Parker. I am Brett Okamoto.
We're ready to rock between our parlays, our props, our straight picks. It's time to make money. Let's go.
Oh, there she is, Salt Lake City. I don't know what is the nickname of Salt Lake City? I'm gonna have to look that up. I should have looked that up before the show, but in any regard, it is UFC 307. Alex Pereira taking on Khalil Rountree Jr. in a light heavyweight title fight taking place in Salt Lake City at the Delta Center. We are here to talk about it from a gambling perspective on UFC Best Bets. Hello, everybody. I am Brett Okamoto, alongside the expert in the matter of gambling on fist fights, Mr. Ian Parker. We're going to be talking about the entire main card, the prelims, your props, your parlays, everything you have come to love about UFC Best Bets. But before we do, we have a card to look back on. Last week, it was a UFC in Paris. How did we do at the window, Ian?
Right, you've been quite the poet lately with those intros. I love it. We went 2-3. I'm not thrilled. You know, Benoit Saint-Denis, that was a tough first round. Wasn't able to come out after round 2. Even above Allen and Brian Battle, two of my favorite plays. Those hit. Miranda and Scherer over 1.5. Missed that by a couple minutes. Miranda was looking great until he became a ballerina, spun and got rocked. And Oki was looking good until he fell asleep. We hit 2 of our 3 of Parker's props, and we just missed on the parlay. And then Brito inside the distance did not work out for us, but rejuvenated. Let's get back on the winning track here. Let's go.
Yep, we're bringing that pay-per-view energy as always. UFC 307. You're looking at the main card that you can find on ESPNplus.com/pay-per-view. Alex Pereira taking on Khalil Rountree Jr. Pretty significant favorite at -500. You got the women's bantamweight title fight with Raquel Pennington and Julianna Peña. Jose Aldo, thought he was going to see him in a boxing ring later this year. Instead, he's back in Salt Lake City, where he once fought Merab Dvalishvili, taking on Mario Batista, Roman Dolidze, Kevin Holland, Ketlin Vieira, and of course Kayla Harrison, looking to make her way into that title picture. Very, very fun main card. And again, it starts with the marquee of, look at that wardrobe choice for Alex Pereira. That is championship wardrobe material right there, taking on Khalil Rountree, who I gotta say has come in. He's looked pretty confident to me. Has not attempted a takedown in his entire UFC career. People wondering if he's going to do so now. I mentioned that Alex Pereira is a pretty significant -500 favorite. This stat comes from Andrew Davis at our ESPN Stats and Info. 84% of the tickets are on Rountree. 84% of the money as well, also on Rountree, which I got to say, a little bit surprising to me. Ian, I just set you up with a lot of different information there. What do you like about this this main event?
I love that cheetah outfit. We may have to get one of those if he wins by knockout here. You know, look, for Khalil Rountree, I understand why money's coming in on him. He is a brutal striker. When he throws with malicious intent. He wants to hurt you. He wants you to go to the shadow realm and not wake up for at least a year and a half. But against someone, Alex Pereira, he has to land that early, in my opinion. He's got to slow him down because Pereira's going to march forward. The good thing for Khalil is that Alex does keep his hands pretty low. But at the same time, it's so hard to really see Alex Pereira losing this fight. When it comes to the kickboxing, he is the better kickboxer. He's fought higher level competition. Khalil Rountree, you know, I think this may be one of those situations where there just wasn't someone to fight Alex. Alex wanted to fight, the lack of depth, and they don't want to keep recycling the same guys. I think when it comes to the striking, it's Alex. May even see a takedown from him. I know he jokes about that, but he has been training with Glover for a long time. Khalil does not have a good game. He's a negative white belt off his back. I know I might have made that up a few times, but it really works here. But if you look at the props, even a knockout by Alex at -325 is very expensive. I could see people taking a shot at Khalil, but Brett, I'm going a different way here. I'm going over 1.5 rounds. I think round 1, there's going to be some hesitancy, some respect to power. I think Khalil is going to be moving around a lot to avoid that left hook from Alex Pereira. On top of that, remember, we're in elevation. And Alex has fought here before. I think they're going to pace themselves rather well. So this either is going to end extremely quickly, or I think a knockout could happen possibly round 3.
You kind of answered my follow-up question there, and I did want to ask you about the elevation.
Sure.
And of course, you can talk about it with any one of these fights. But people have recalled accurately that it did kind of seem to impact Alex Pereira when he fought Jan Blachowicz here. So again, you kind of mentioned it there, but anything more to say about how elevation might come into play here?
Well, in that fight, Jan Blachowicz was sitting on him for 4 minutes and 58 seconds in that round. So it's exhausting carrying a guy that big. I don't think Khalil's going to have that same type of method. It would be pretty interesting if he shot in and sat on his back and held him there for that long. I think where the elevation will play in for these two guys, maybe rounds 4 and 5, I don't think we get that far, but I do think round 1 there will be some pacing because, look, Alex has gone deeper. He went against Izzy twice, right? Went pretty deep in the first fight as opposed to the second one. Jan, he went all those rounds. So I don't think this is going to end as quick as everyone thinks.
Okay, so there you go. You're taking the over on the first round there on the main event. Let's move to the co-main event, 135 pounds. Julianna Peña challenging Raquel Pennington. These two were roommates back once upon a time at The Ultimate Fighter, did not like each other. Now we finally get to see them fight at UFC 307. Pretty competitive odds there, but Pennington minus 170, which I got to say is about what I thought it would be. How about you? What did you think of this line?
I thought Pennington would be a bigger favorite due to the inactivity of Julianna Peña and due to Rocky beating Mayra Buena Silva as a decent-sized underdog. I'm a little surprised here. Peña is really a one-trick pony. It's take her down, hold her down, or run at you with reckless abandon. She's also been inactive for quite some time. I think Rocky has her everywhere here. Rocky's very hard to take down. The better boxer, has got good cardio. Very, very smart fighter here. I think the number should be higher. I like Rocky Pennington to win, and Brett, I'll give you a little sneak peek. One of my props of the night, it's going to be her to win by decision. No one's finishing the fight in this one.
Well, sneak peek, let's just get right to it. What is the first, and you're going to have more props, I believe, later on in the show. That is one of my favorite things we've added to the show. But since you have one here, what is the prop on the co-main event?
So right now, Pennington's at minus 170. We're going to get, I believe, plus 130 or even plus 100. It's been floating around that range. Give me that Rocky Pennington by decision.
Rocky Pennington by decision to increase your earnings there a little bit. Plus
there you go.
100 wins by decision. And you can see that is the most likely method of choice, but you get it there instead of the minus 170 just by taking her straight up. Let's move to the rest of this main card. Jose Aldo, very happy to see him back, man. He looks like he still had a lot to give earlier this year in Rio. He's taking on Mario Bautista. What do you think of this bantamweight fight?
Man, I give Aldo so much credit. You retire, then you come back, you beat Jonathan Martinez. You're taking on another really good prospect, Bautista. I think for Bautista, a lot of people are probably going to take him. I'm going Aldo here, because if Bautista can't get the fight to the floor, and you're talking about a kickboxing fight with Aldo, I think he still has it. He showed it against Martinez. Give me Aldo at plus 120.
That's a heck of a fight, man. I can't wait to watch that one. So is this one. Roman Dolidze taking on Kevin Holland. An opportunity here for Kevin Holland to fight a top 10 ranked opponent. What do you think of this matchup?
Looks like you brought a sweater. It's a little cold out there. I like Kevin Holland here. For Roman Dolidze, his striking is a little slow, a little predictable, and it used to be to set up takedowns, but he's not even doing that anymore. As long as Holland doesn't sit on his back and concede to takedowns, give me Kevin Holland here. I just think he's better everywhere, and his striking may light him up.
And then here is Kayla Harrison. After she won against Holly Holm in her UFC debut, kind of thought her next fight would be for a title. Instead, she's trying to kind of keep her place in line against Ketlin Vieira. Very much favored to do so. What do you think?
I think Vieira could be live here. I mean, listen, she's no joke of a fighter. But for me, give me Kayla Harris to win by KO or TKO. And let's take it a step further. Long shot prop of the night for her to do it in round 2.
All right, so you got a prop of the night already. Then you got a long shot prop. So Ian's just giving you all kinds of action there on the main card, but we also got a prelims card to talk about. You can find that, of course, on ESPN Plus at its normal time of 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Ian, run through our prelim picks for UFC 307.
You're going to hear the name Joaquin Buckley come out of my mouth a lot over the next couple minutes. Buckley by decision here. I think he beats Wonderboy. Wonderboy very hard to finish. Another prop of the night for me. Buckley win by decision. Marina Rodriguez, I'm not surprised she's the underdog, but these odds are a little crazy against someone, Lucindo, whose most competitive fight was against Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I'm going Marina Rodriguez to get the upset. Let's go Alex Hernandez over Austin Hubbard. I think he can get it done as long as he paces himself correctly. He's still a high-level fighter. He just sometimes hits snags. This is a good fight for him to get back. Almeida and Pereira, I think a knockout will happen later on. Let's go over 1.5 there. Ryan Spann, OSP, same thing. If Spann doesn't win this fight, I don't know what he's doing, but I think it's by a TKO later on. Let's go over 1.5. Tisha Pennington, we're going with the Pennington family. Another prop of the night for me there. She wins that by decision. Esparza hasn't fought in forever, has announced this is her retirement fight. If she can't get this fight to the floor, Tisha will beat her in the stand-up. And last but not means, the Dirty Bird, Tim Means over Court McGee. I love Means here. I just hate that minus 190 number. It's a little high. Now, what's fun is that we also have a little bit of a long shot parlay-ish type of situation. I'm going to go with Jose Aldo and Marina Rodriguez here. We're going to get plus 472 on the odds. And you know what? Why not? I think both of them are very live. Put them together. Only a 2-legger. Let's go.
Okay, so nice little 2-legger there on Jose Aldo and Marina Rodriguez. It pays out very nicely at plus 472. Let's stay on the theme of parlays. You just got a long shot parlay. Where is Parker's parlay for UFC 307?
Going to be chalky. I need to get back on the winning streak. We were like 4 in a row, and then we missed one by a decision. The other one, bleh. With this one, we're turning it around. Ryan Spann, this is a very good matchup for him against someone OSP who's definitely on the downside of his career. Cesar Almeida keeps getting better. I think he gets the knockout win. Buckley over Wonder Boy, and let's go Poatan to win the main event, getting plus 201 on the 4-fight parlay. Let's go.
You got a long shot parlay. You got Parker's parlay. And if that weren't enough, you get a boosted parlay where if you go on to ESPN BET, the app, you can get actual additional value on this parlay. He's a handsome guy, and he also knows how to win at the window. Where are we going for Parker's boosted parlay?
You're making me blush. We got Buckley and Raquel Pennington each win by decision, then over 1.5 in the main, plus 17. If you do the boost, it's plus 850. Now, if you want to ride the parlay, make sure to head over to ESPN Bet to get the special odds boost, plus 850. Who wouldn't want to hit that?
Yeah, plus 715 to plus 850. Just for that value alone, you got to download the app and hop on the Parker's parlay. And without further ado, we will move on to the best bets here in Salt Lake City.
It may seem a little cliche because I'm going to take all favorites here, but this is just one of those times where I didn't feel like any of the dogs were of best bet. So let's go main event over 1.5 rounds. I do believe both guys, there's going to be a feeling out period. There's going to be a pacing, a lot of calf kicks early on. There may be a couple scary moments, but I think if this fight ends, it's end of round 2, early round 3. Raquel Pennington, as long as she doesn't get laid and prayed out by Julianna Peña, I think she boxes her up, does well in the clinch over the course of 5 rounds. Big mouth Kevin Holland, got to get this win here over Roman Dolizde. Dolizde is a good leg lock guy, but has kind of gotten away from that. If this stays on the feet, we're going Holland. Thompson, Buckley fight to go the distance. Alex Hernandez, and last but not least, the other Pennington, Tisha Pennington, get it done over the retiring Carla Esparza.
Okay, man. This is a fun card. This is a very, very fun card. The prelims are fun, but the main card especially. Kayla Harrison looking to make a statement against Caitlin Fajeda. Jose Aldo taking on Mario Batista. I mentioned to him, I don't know if I should say these types of things to fighters or not. I want to see you fight Sugar Sean O'Malley. I think if he beats Mario Batista, that's a fight that we could see in the future. And then, of course, Alex Pereira, Khalil Rountree Jr. Very much looking forward to that one. A lot of love here for the underdog, Khalil Rountree Jr., but not here. Take Alex Pereira, the favorite, says Ian Parker. Fun card, fun show. Thank you so much for joining UFC Bets. Take a look at UFC 307, and we will be back to recap it all and give you some more for the next UFC Fight Night.